Hello again. In the previous videos, we saw how to package your Kedro project as a Python package. And now we're going to see an alternative method for that, which is using the Kedro Docker plugin. Here I have the README of Kedro Docker. So this is a plugin that wraps your Kedro project into a Docker image so that you can easily run that in a containerized environment afterwards. Using it is very straightforward. We're going to see how in a moment. Let's go to the editor. Here I have my spaceflights project again, and I'm going to install Kedro Docker since I'm going to need it right now. This will only take a couple of seconds. And now that I have it, I'm going to run Kedro Docker init. So this command is going to create a Dockerfile that will contain some instructions on how to package the Kedro project inside the Docker image. If you open it, you will see that it's using some base image with Python 3.9 by default, but we can override that. And then it's going to install the requirements, for which first it's going to cache them so that we don't need to do this over and over again if we only make changes to the code. And then some extra things like creating a Kedro user, adding that, and then basically performing a Kedro run at the end. So this is the baseline Dockerfile. Now let's see how to use it. If I do Kedro Docker build, you will see that there's a way to specify a custom base image. Just for consistency, we're going to use Python 3.10. So if you display the help, you will see that this is done with the base image parameter. So let's do that. Base image Python 3.10-slim. And so since this is the first time that we're building the Docker image, this will require some time to install all the dependencies into the new environment. So we're going to give this a few seconds to finish. Alright, so finally we have our Docker image built. So as last step, I'm going to do Kedro Docker run. And now this is going to launch the Kedro image. And notice that this is going to use a few tricks here. So if you unpack what's happening here, it's mounting my local directories, for example, my conf/local, my data directory, and other things like the logs and so on. And it's mounting those inside the Docker container so that the Kedro run can proceed. And then the rest is a normal Kedro run as we were doing it outside of the Docker container. So as you can see, now it's processing the initial datasets, and after a few seconds, it's going to finish executing the data processing pipeline. And that is it. I just executed Kedro Docker run, and the pipeline has finished executing. So now, every time that I want to run this Kedro project, I can as well use this Docker image that I created. So in this video, we have just seen how we can use Kedro Docker to deploy our Kedro project to a Docker image. And in the last video of this series, we're going to see how we can deploy Kedro using an open source orchestrator called Airflow. So tune in for the next video.